Let's get this situated here. Going live a little early to get the camera angle right here. Hey, everybody. Let's get this situated here. Going live a little early to get the camera angle right here. Alright. Hopefully you can hear me. Alright. Hopefully you can hear me. Alright. Hopefully you can hear me. Alright. Let me see how it comes across on the actual stream, guys. So bear with me. Huh. On the actual stream, guys. So bear with me. Huh. Bit of a delay. All right, I'm trying to work it out, guys. All right, can you guys hear this music behind me at all? And by the way, you can communicate by typing in the chat box and I will respond to you. All right, I don't hear myself anymore and I think you guys can hear me. There's going to be a repeat just because I'm doing this, but... All right, so here's how this works. This is GROSSTOBER! Yay! All right, so... This is a card I have on here just so you can see me, all right? All right, so this is how it works. I'm going to be drawing, coloring a card live on the stream. Today, all right, Josh says, music is good and Dead Ted is rad. So yeah, this is how you do it. So you guys type in the box, then I respond to you by talking because I can't type and draw at the same time, okay? So this is just so you can see, you know, that I'm drawing on this stream live. So if we had not gotten a lot of responses, I would be coloring this guy live. But we got 2 cards today. So today we're doing Jason Voorhees and Nat Nerd. All right, and this is what my personal stock looks like. Little cartoon me on the back, right? Very cute. You know, this is no longer accurate. I don't use Etsy. So we'll have new cards in the future. All right, and we got like 4 people on here. If it's cool, can I ask? Say hello, like type in the chat, tell me your name. I know there's a guy named Josh here who I talked to on Facebook Messenger, but there's a few other people here, so feel free to say hello. In the meantime, this stream, I'm scheduling it for a little over an hour. So we're going to start today. I'm going to draw Garbage Pail Kid cards throughout the month of October. I'm not committing to doing daily sketches because unfortunately, October is very busy, but I'm going to try to do as many cool sketch cards for you as I can. I'm trying to make it fun. It'll be like a little game, you know. It's $50, just cheaper than what my personal sketch cards usually are. And some days I might just pop up and do like a special, like, hey, viewers, you know, like, you pay this like $40 and I draw whatever you want, whatever I want, you know, or vice versa. So it's going to be fun. We're going to try to make it interactive. If you guys didn't know, back during the pandemic, I used to do this every single day, and I'm going to get back in the back in the rotation. Josh from Orlando. That's really cool. I've always wanted to go to Florida. I have a lot of family there because I want to go to Halloween Horror Nights. So, but I've not been yet, and I've heard it's very cool. So, you know, if you guys ever go to a Halloween Horror Nights, tell me how that is, all right? So today, we're going to do Jason, right? People love Jason. He's a cool guy. And I think we're going to have fun doing him, all right? And on a future edition, you will see me color this guy, and he'll probably end up on a group like Deal or No Deal. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to leave a like, right? So let me know if the angle's good. I just want to make sure you guys mainly see the drawings, all right? If you guys don't know, I've been drawing Garbage Pail Kids for Tops, now Fanatics, since 2016. Isn't that crazy? That's a really long time. That's almost 10 years, right? So how fun is that? Yeah. And I've done this for a while, so you'll notice I will not really have much of a problem talking and drawing to you at the same time. In case you're wondering, I'm listening to Vaporwave. And what is Vaporwave? It is a genre of music like lo-fi meets synthwave, and this is spooky synthwave. Isn't that fun? A lot of these sketches are going to be bust-ups because I'm mainly trying to do 2 sketches an hour. I know a lot of artists kind of struggle with doing 2 sketches a year. Just kidding. I love my fellow artists. And I'm knocking myself in that same thing because I can be a little bit slow at times. But today I'm going to try to do a couple sketches. And that should be fun. Excuse me. You know, the weather's weathering, you know. And, you know, these will be in the Garbage Pail Kids style. They will not be one-of-one clones of existing artwork, you know. And like I said, guys, if you want to chat, I know some of you guys might just be watching this on your TV and being like, hey, I don't really need to communicate. You don't, but, you know, it's fun sometimes to talk while we do stuff. So feel free to ask me questions in the chat window. I will see them and respond to them. How's that? It's an interactive experience. So you're not just getting a sketch, you're getting a whole experience. And like I said, today, our Jason Voorhees sketch, this one is for Dwayne Crum. And I think our Nat Nerd, let me look that up, because you know, I'm kind of like a goldfish. My memory's not 100, you know, but, you know, I'm trying my best. I think, let's see, who is this for? I think it's Steven or Jason, but I don't 100. I think this is for Jason, yeah. All right? Natner for Jason, Jason for Dwayne. That's how it works. All right? Cool. In case you're wondering, when I disappear, it's because I have source material on the side, right? So we're getting there, you know? And here's the thing, guys. If you think you're missing out on this stream, you're not. You can check this stream. Click on it while it's happening. You can tune in, and guess what else? Once the stream is over, you can watch it on demand, you know? So watch it whenever you want afterwards. Ain't that cool? And then subscribe to the channel so you know when new streams are coming. Isn't that cool? Because we'll have another one tomorrow at right around the same time. You might be wondering, Victor, why don't you do these later? You know, I try to schedule these at the best opportunity for me to do as much art as I can. And right now, that's around this time. So sometimes it'll be later, but right now it's earlier. So yeah. You guys have any questions about Garbage Pail Kids? Feel free to ask. I am here to provide answers to fun stuff. I also do sketch cards for other companies like Fright Rags, and I also do sketch cards for Upper Deck. So I've worked on Marvel. I've worked on Batman cards for Batman the Animated Series. I've done cards for Masked Republic. So if you like Lucha Libre, I've done a lot of stuff for them. You know, Vampiro, Penta from WWE. I've drawn him a lot, you know. So yeah. The wild world of sketch cards. So here's Jason. He's coming out pretty spiffy, I think, right? That's looking great, says Josh. Well, thanks. I appreciate that, man. And this is going to be a color card, so you're just seeing part of the process. Now, typically, I do work on cards with borders, but my own sketch cards do not have borders. I'm going to be doing a new design. Hopefully, by next week, I'll have some, and those will kind of have more of a Halloween-y vibe to them. I'll have some at Son of Monster Palooza. That's right, you guys. If you're in California, I'll be at Son of Monster Palooza, not this week, but next week, doing some Garbage Pail Kid sketches. Have some cool artwork for you guys. It's going to be a fun time. Join me in sunny Southern California next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Burbank. If you guys are in Phoenix, Arizona, you can find me this Sunday in Midtown Phoenix at the Thunderbird Lounge for Monster Market. That is a night market from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Have some cool stuff there too. I know, it's a spooky season. So we won't be live every single day, but I will try to do GROSSTOBER for as many days during October as I can. And that's going to be a fun time for you and me, for everybody. All right. So there, my friends, is Jason. And, you know, you'll notice the lines are kind of like light. That's because I'm going to ink this guy, right? Ink, ink, ink. And, you know, part of the inking process is I do my blacks last. I know a lot of people do them first. I'm not like that. I do the blacks last because colors tend to bleed in the coloring process. Pencils kind of bleed when you apply markers to them. So I like to do the blacks at the very end because they're the heaviest color, most likely to smudge or smear. All right. Things you'll notice about my process here too is I'm not actually afraid of smearing, you know. Sometimes it adds a little dimension, and as Bob Ross used to say, you gotta embrace those happy little accidents. Sometimes you gotta welcome them, you know, like right there. It's an accident I'm hoping for, you know. And you'll also notice I'm a mixed media guy. I'm gonna use a lot of different pens in this little experiment here. And the reason for that is, you know, sometimes I do love me some Copics. I do love me some chart pack markers. I'm also getting older, so I can't breathe in that chart pack stuff all the time because I have the lungs of an 85-year-old man at the very least. And you know, I like to be able to be around in a few years. So kind of started branching out. Sometimes I use Art Pop markers. These are little 24 packs you can get for like $20 at places like Blick. That's like a complete set of markers because I tend to go through a complete thing of those at a really busy convention. So, you know, when I don't, it leaves me some colors to play around with. So I've been integrating them more into my process. Right now I'm using Tombow colors here because they're brush pens. They give you like this like kind of painty look sometimes. They're also really good for doing skin tone. So, but I find I like them for Jason masks because it gives me this weathered thing. And again, guys, if you are enjoying the show, or, you know, you're flipping through this at a future point in time, feel free to follow us here. We're on YouTube. The handle is @CultClassics. exactly how you think it's spelled. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, and I think we're about 47 short. I feel like we can do that by Halloween, so how's about you guys do me that solid? If you guys are feeling generous, you might notice a little ability to leave tips, super chats, if you will. Again, if you're feeling generous, this is not an obligation. Please know that all super chats go towards paying bills. So just like the GROSSTOBER experiment here, we got a lot of stuff coming up. So I'm trying to pay some bills, you know. I got to work just like you guys, and I'm an illustrator. So I'm illustrating for you. Literally, how tips can help the working class. All right? I know you guys are the working class just like me, so I also appreciate you just sharing this link. That costs you nothing and gets the word out. So thanks, guys. And just give us a like, because, you know, interaction helps. If you see that, you know, this sign, the thumbs up, just hit it. It helps me out. You wouldn't think that it does, but it does. All right? A thumbs up is a thumbs up for good artwork. Creation. Not that this is good artwork. It is good artwork, I think, but I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. You know? Thumbs ups tend to do that for me. And like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying the content we provide you here. At Cult Classics, we try to give you a wide array of fun stuff. Today we're doing live artwork, since it is the first day of GROSSTOBER. Sure, there's Inktobers and all sorts of tobers, but this one is dedicated to Garbage Pail Kids. I know, isn't that cool? So our little experiment here is to give you guys fresh content as much as we can throughout the month of October by doing some quick sketch cards. You get a cool commission for a greatly reduced rate of $50 on a personal sketch card. And, you know, it's fun. You get to see it live. I talk to you while it happens. I know. Isn't that interesting? And, you know, these early days, we do have a few booked up spots, but also, you know, it's a good time to get in early, because, you know, this is going to catch on, and then you're going to be like, man, I wish I'd gone in on that early. So now's your moment. Only $50 plus $5 shipping. If you guys like this stuff and you want a more detailed sketch card for yourself, know that I also have tons of official Garbage Pail Kid blanks. That's right. You might be saying, what kinds? Well, I have rocket ships. I have trash cans. I have putrid poetry, Valentine's Day, you know. For the right price, I even have a triptych, but that's not going to go cheap, friends. But I also have lots of shapes and pretty much regulars from every series from the past several years, because I don't offer them very often, so they've stockpiled, much like nuclear weapons. I do not sell blanks. If you want one of these cards, you got to get me to draw on it. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Looks like we got a nice little audience here. Thank you guys for joining us. Alright, now let's work in some more battle damage, as the kids say. You might be like, Victor, what are you doing? Well, you know, if you've ever seen a movie called Freddy vs. Jason, that mask gets some slashes. So that's what we're emulating here. And if you're new to this stream and you're like, how do I get a card drawn on here? Just message me directly on Facebook or Instagram at Victor Moreno, and you'll be able to get on the stream. It's fun, it's easy, you know. I schedule you in. And in that process, you pay me, I draw your card on the stream, and you have a permanent keepsake of your card being drawn here on YouTube. Isn't that cool? I mean, I think it's cool, you know. Why else would I be doing it? By the way, guys, if you're going to be at Son of Monster Palooza next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, I'll be doing Draw You as a Garbage Pail Kid sketches there. So if you want to be a Garbage Pail Kid, imagine that, you as a Garbage Pail Kid, I will be doing them there for $25 for black and white, $50 for color. These are like caricatures in the GPK style. I only do these at conventions. If you want one for yourself, I do charge more to do them offline, right? Because, you know, people gotta eat, but it's also a fun keepsake of a convention experience. Now we're doing the shirt here. All right, we're about 20 minutes in, so we're probably gonna go a little bit over an hour so we can do Jason here and Nat Nerd. I think we've got maybe 10 to 15 minutes left on this Jason, maybe less. Depends on how these colors hold up. This green is starting to go out, but here's a secret, friends, if you use these. These are called chart pack markers. They're kind of like xylene markers, which means alcohol. You know, you kind of want to be in a ventilated space when you use these. I often am not, let me tell you. But when they're dying like this, you kind of get some cool gradations of color. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So sometimes it's worth it to hang on to these for a minute when they're on death's door, because then you can get kind of this faded look between different types of green. I know, it's cool. All right, so now we got Jason's little jacket there, and I know it looks a little green on this screen. Don't worry, we'll dull it down. And again, guys, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please feel free to say hello. How do you do that? Well, there's a chat bubble, a chat screen, and you can type your message and I will respond to it audibly. So in that way, it's interactive. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, feel free to give us a super chat, you know, or a like. How do you do a like? That's that thumbs up symbol. If you want to have some comments, like you think, hey, Victor, put some blood on Jason, just type that in the chat window. And, you know, in that way, you're part of the creation process. Isn't that cool? It's like you're prompting me, like this is AI or something. Just call me Victor GPT. So you notice I'm playing with grays now. What is the benefits of xylenes over regular, asks Paul. So this is what I'll tell you, because I don't mind doing lessons. All right, I use these a lot too. These are called Artfinity. They're basically cheapo Copics. You can get them at like art stores. So this is like, these are good. This is what I'm using for the eyes, right? So this is kind of like a gradation. So I like that, right? So let me find a xylene that might have a lot here. So you saw I had to get like a bunch of streaks. Let's see, this one has, all right, this one's pretty full, watch. So I had to do 5, 6, 7s. Here I get, you know, and they blend well. It's not so much like a benefit per se. It's just like I like laying on smooth color. When I do sketches at conventions and stuff, that's what I want, because I can get big swaths of color bright, poppy in your face really easily versus like, you know, fake Copics or Copics, which, you know, take a while to lay in color. You got to let it dry. And even you see there, it kind of dries true. You know, that streak I left is kind of what it looks like versus other stuff that takes a minute to settle. So a lot of that depends on the stock as well, but just in general, I just like the true color of chart packs. That being said, chart packs, much like Copics, are not cheap. If you're gonna get some, go to an art store and buy them in bulk because they will be cheaper. Otherwise, you're looking at like at least $6 a pen, you know? So I would suggest, like I said, guys, if you want to get started, this is a good brand, Art Pop. You can get them at what do you call it, Blick. You can get like 24 colors. You know, they'll do you. You get deeper color, yes. You know, like this is all. This is xylene. You know. So to me, and I think you see it in person too, it gives it more of like this, like depth. You just, I think, is a good way to call it. Most times, if you ever get a return from me or you pulled a insert card from one of the packs, I will most likely have used this. And a big part of it too is just like it dries quickly. I will say, like, try not to like do too many of these at once, because I can tell you there's a few times I've done, like, I do a lot of sketch cards for Tops. Like any set that I'm in, rest assured I've done at least 150 pack inserts. Tops likes to use me because I do a lot of cards well and quickly. So the downside to that is I do that because, you know, clearly I'm a working artist. If I did like 20 cards, I would be a black label artist all day long. But because I do so many, they don't want me, you know, I don't get that, you know, revered label. And I don't really, it doesn't really matter to me. I know some people really care about, like, oh my God, you're gold and black, or, you know, silver. I'm like, I do silvers all day long. So, you know. But yeah, just so you know, they've told me if you do less, you'll be black and gold. I'm like, I like doing a lot of cards. I'd rather get paid to do a lot of cards. I don't draw for the secondary market. Let's just say that. All right, so I want to throw in a little bit of variety here, and thank you for saying it looks awesome. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. This is kind of what you'll expect going in. So, mind you, this is pink, okay? Pink. And I'm throwing it over the green. It doesn't look pink, it's just making the green deeper. That's another fun thing about xylene. If it's a lighter color, kind of just deepens what you got already. But if I go a darker color, then it's a different story. Now I got like a deeper, you know, green brown, right? Gives it that grungy look. So that's kind of why I like the xylene. You get a lot of, you know, a lot of bang for your buck. You know, lighter colors equal a blender, you know? And again, Dwayne's getting, because he got the first card here, he's actually getting a real bonus here. I'm using his kind of like a, you know, tutorial infomercial for, you know, my process here. All right. Let's finish this guy up, because we're almost done. I don't know if you know, but I can tell that we're almost done here. And we haven't even laid one black down yet, by the way, guys. Isn't that crazy? We're getting all this depth, and so far, not one black. We've gone gray. I'm a big fan of grays. Just why? All right, and there we have the machete. Do a couple lines here. And we're gonna do a black background. No, let's do red. Red and green go well. I think Freddy Krueger taught us that. This one is called Scarlet. Just FYI. And like, guys, if you have friends who enjoy Garbage Pail Kids, I encourage you to point them towards our channel. Like I said, this is kind of a fun thing we're doing. I'll keep doing it as long as I have people who are buying into what we're doing here. You know, because as long as we're doing, you know, live commissions, it makes it fun for me. I can interact with you guys. Like I said, I haven't done this in a long time, so this is a good time to do it. And this is another reason, like I said, I was saying, why do I like designing this? I'm laying down smooth, even backgrounds, which is very much worth it to me. As you can tell, we're getting near the end, folks, of this one. Don't worry, we got another one on the way. So now we're going to switch up to something else. All right, so this is what I like to use, right, for my black. These are Micron pens, Bigma. So they lay on the lines pretty well. All right. Paul asks, what's the funniest, weirdest commission someone asked you for that you had to refuse? As you guys may guess, the answer to that one would be a political commission. And I don't really have a problem with political commissions per se. Just this person wanted Joe Biden crucified with Donald Trump setting the cross on fire. And I was like, maybe that's a bridge too far for somebody. You know, I mean, there's the Jesus thing, the murder thing, the real person thing, the fiery cross, you know? So I would say that's probably it. Yeah. And someone asked me that, and then they were very angry when I said no. So yeah, that's the weirdest one I've had to turn down. I think a lot of the other ones are more like furry based, you know, which is, you know, I have no problems with people doing furry stuff, you know, but I just don't really want to draw it, you know. But yeah, I you know, like I said, you guys ask me questions, I'm going to tell you answers. Right? And this was like not recent either. So, you know, sometimes people just have strong reaction to politics around the world around them, and they want that brought to life in a way, you know. I imagine a lot of these requests now make their way towards ChatGPT, you know, versus like an actual artist, you know. I also think he was very angry because I just wouldn't take his money to do it. So, you know, like, what, my money's not good enough for you, you know? But like I said, that's probably what AI is good for. All right. We're getting there. I think this guy's coming out pretty damn swanky. I think you got a good one here, Dwayne. I know we went a little bit over. It's like 3:33. I was trying to keep these all under a half hour, but I still think we're solid. I feel like I spent the first 8 minutes just trying to get the setup going. Dude, that's badass. Thank you. This also gives you an idea of like when I'm not rushed out or when I'm enjoying something, how quickly I can knock something out. When people kind of give me like the space to do what I want to do, you kind of get cool shit like this. Just in general, I tend to not like super complicated commissions, like where they want every character in a specific place, specific outfit. You know, you give me some headway, I'll do something cool for you. But if you want something super complicated, I'm probably not super complicated, but super specific. I like having leeway, you know, because this is kind of like my downtime. You know, Stairs started going a little into the drawing, so just thicken the line. That's what I mean about happy accidents. It's only a fuck up if you think it's a fuck up. Otherwise, you did it on purpose. And then right now, I'm just adding some shading. Any GPKs you really don't especially like to draw? That's actually a really good question. Okay. Yes, there are some GPKs I don't like to draw. Some of them for like different reasons, you know, and it's some of them like I've changed my mind on over time. Like for the longest time, I didn't like drawing the Freddy Krueger GPK. Now I don't mind it. For the longest time, I just didn't like I liked the idea with the knife going through his nose, but it was just something about it. And since then, they've done different Freddy Kruegers, and I kind of like the way that design has gone. I didn't used to like to draw Nasty Nick because I felt like he was too simple. But again, there's like other artists have done their take on him. I think Varicose Wayne I don't like to draw. He has too many veins on his face, and he never the one with all the eyeballs either. You know. The one that's like he's like a mishmash of all of them. Like he's got a hockey mask, but pinhead nails. Like they create him for Fright Rags, and he's got the Michael Myers jumpsuit and Freddy hands. Like I don't like drawing him anymore. I used to. I don't like to. He's just like needlessly complicated, and he kind of just like isn't that interesting. And it's like again, he used to not. I used to not mind him, and now I just kind of like don't enjoy drawing him. It's just weird, and it's just yeah. Like even now, I could have made this guy him really easy, like boink boink boink. Yeah, but yeah, just in general, the mashup ones I don't like. The one that's also all the horror characters, and he's got like 4 or 5 heads. That one I don't like a lot. Um, I do like. It's sad because I do like drawing some of the cards that were banned. So that sucks. Like the sumo guy, I always liked drawing him, and he's like banned now, so no one can draw him. But yeah. And I don't like drawing any of the political characters just because I think they're boring. You know, I used to still like drawing Ronnie Reagan, but not anymore, really. What else? Do I want to do anything else to this? Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna throw in some silver speckles here, just because I think they might look cool. This is just a paint pen. I like texture, so you might see this on some of my stuff. And then I can just kind of do the buttons a little bit there. And this paint is really strong, like woof. It's like I'm huffing over here. All right, and whoa, sorry guys. I have this camera on like a thing, so sometimes if I'm not paying attention, I might hit it on accident. Ugh, this thing is a little slippy. Let me just use my black pen. There we go, that's better. All right, and that's how you know if you ever find one of my cards in the wild. I always put at Victor Moreno. I've done this since I started because I always was like, if people pull my cards, I want them to be able to find me, all right? And watch, you'll hear the card pulling right now because this is strong ink. Listen, listen, listen. Boom. And see, not too bad. And there you go. This is for Dwayne. Not bad for a $50 commission, right? You guys want to get in on that, you know how to hit me up. All right, so this is card number 1 today. This was for Dwayne. So now we're gonna do another card. And that'll be 2 for today, and we'll probably do 2 tomorrow. All right, so this guy, we're gonna do a Nat Nerd, because I think we want like a traditional card too, yeah? You guys wanna see a Nat Nerd? There you go. This card is brought to you by Pepsi, because I don't have any water and I need something to drink. The choice of a new generation. By the way, these are mini cans, because it's insane that a 12-pack of soda should be like over $10. Fun fact, it should not. But much like the rest of America, I do prefer, you know, like those big things of soda you get at a gas station, like 44 ounces for $2. That's why soda cans are so expensive, because nobody buys them anymore. All right, just pulling up some visual reference here. All right. And by the way, guys, I'm enjoying the questions. Is George Washington political? No, I feel like George Washington lived and died such a long time ago that he's now a historical, not political character. Like, fun fact, I have a history degree. George Washington's political party was the Whigs. Do you even know what a Whig is? I don't, but I can tell you if the political party you belong to doesn't exist anymore, I would say you're probably not a political character anymore. Just like, you know, like what, like a king, you know, like King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. Like, I don't really know anything about them except, you know, they asked Christopher Columbus to find a shortcut to India and somehow he ended up in San Salvador, you know. I mean, how do you miss Southeast Asia and end up in like South America? Like, you know, fun fact, Christopher Columbus did not discover the United States. He discovered part of South America. So there you go. And in the end, it wasn't even named after him. It was named after the map maker, Amerigo Vespucci. Although some, you know, Colombia, they used to call the Americas Colombia after Christopher Columbus. So if you're wondering what Columbia Pictures is all about, or Columbia University, there you go. I also used to be a teacher, so I like spitting facts. Spit, spit, spit. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this little thing we're doing, feel free to give me a thumbs up. It actually does help, you know, that magic algorithm. Like when we do the next one, maybe it'll be pushed to more people. If you guys are enjoying these videos, feel free to subscribe to this channel. There's lots of cool content here. You know, pro wrestling, rock concerts, movie reviews, toy reviews. It's all here. It's fun stuff. I review movies. That's another thing I do for a living, and you get to see early movie reviews. And I'll be doing, horror stuff during October, like things you might want to check out. Let's do that. Just give it a subscribe. Trying to get to 10,000. I think we're only like 47 away, somewhere around there. Excuse me. That's a totally achievable number, by the way. It's not like we're 200 away. No, we're 47 people away. That's like less people that can, fit in a movie theater, Maybe I'll have him, holding a horror comic or something to keep it on track. By the way, guys, if you're new to this channel, this enterprise, you want to know how to talk to me, just type a question into the chat interface, and I will respond by talking to you. So, pretty easy, pretty straightforward, If you just tuned in, we just did a cool Jason Voorhees card. We're trying to do around an hour a day here. And, it's fun. And tomorrow we'll do another 2, and we'll see how it goes from there. You want to get me to draw a card for you, all you got to do is message me. I will give you the PayPal or Zelle address. You PayPal or Zelle me some money, and I'll draw you a card live on stream in real time. Isn't that cool? And you might be saying, Victor, why are you talking about this so much? It's like, I'm just talking. If you guys ask me questions, I'll talk about what you ask me about, So I'm just like talking so we don't have dead air, to prompt you into asking me things. And so you have some noise going on if you're just watching this in the background. I know I've seen some streams like this where it's just very, very quiet, And I want to make this interesting. How many slots do you have remaining open? I have a lot still. I think we've sold like six spots so far, So I would encourage you guys, if you're thinking about doing it, to do it earlier, because I'm not going to do it every single day. So I'll do it as long as people are signing up, So, and I think half the month I'm doing different things. So I would say maybe I have another 6 to 10 spots. I got one already. I might do another. Well, I do another one, and I can just dedicate the whole hour to you if you want. I'm cool like that. And I hope you guys can see from this this thing here that you are getting quality. These are very, I feel like you're getting return quality here for the time elapsed, and I am dedicated to spending at least a half an hour on your piece that is very concentrated, not me mucking around in 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. This is insane quality and a video of the process, right? That's the thing. I feel like I would love to have, if I commission something, I can go back and see the creation of it at any time. So there you go. There's Nat Nerd. Look at him being Nat Nerdy. And I also think if you are an aspiring artist, that makes it so much more personal. Yeah, I think it's fun. If you enjoy the process of artwork, you're getting to see, my creative process here, and everybody has different creative processes, and you're seeing how I do it in real time. Me talking to you if you happen to be on board when I'm doing this, And, like I said, I like talking about the process. So if you want to learn, even if you're just interested for the moment, you're getting that. I agree. I got one ready. Can't wait to get more. This is so great. Oh, thank you, Josh. Now, here's another tip I'm doing. So, you guys know Nat Nerd. He's a nerdy comic book guy. You might notice I'm leaving a lot of splotchies here. I'm not coloring him very... because I want to give myself room to play with, to throw in some zits and stuff on the next round of coloring. So it's easier for me to just like leave open gaps, and I can imagine where the zits and shit are gonna go. Not that they're shit, I'm just saying I can imagine as I lay down colors, because I like to lay down multiple types of skin tone. I know a lot of people just do the one. I am not one of those people. I probably lay down at least 3 to 4 different kinds of skin tone, because my blacks are minimal. You know, eventually, you know, I want to get where I can do more commissions where I can just paint them, and I can just get away from doing blacks altogether, because I don't do a lot of painted commissions just because it's very time consuming for me. But it's akin to this, you know, because you guys see I'm kind of essentially painting this with markers. So I don't really need to do a lot of black, but you guys can see I'm leaving myself room to do zits and other stuff. Because if it's not, if he doesn't have zits, is it really Nat Nerd, you know? Blending is the secret. It is. I don't actually use a ton of blenders. My blending process, a lot of is just like this. It's just, you know, I kind of eyeball it. Here you see, guys, the rare occasion, an actual Copic. I do like Copic markers for skin tone, you know. The key is judicious use. And always lay it as part of like the third or fourth color. I also like to kind of dry brush it. Like, I don't like to like lay it in, just do it really light. And see, whoever said blending right there, I'm blending it there. Just blend the edges. And then I could just go in with like a purple and it would really pop. Or I could just do a brown and it looks like realistic. No, oh, I get it now. Yeah. So yeah, now we're gonna go in. All right. And this is what I use. If you like chart packs, this is what I use for skin tone. It's called Rosé. So yeah, my thing is Rosé all day. And for the darker, I use Sand. This used to have a different color, a different name. I don't remember what it is anymore. But I tend to use Sand for light brown hair and for edges on skin tone. And then I will end up perking it up with like a darker brown. A red will also do the job. And if you guys have picked up anything, I think you can tell that we're getting near the end on that, because most of the work is on the skin on Garbage Pail Kids. Now, here's another fun thing. I do a lot of these at horror conventions and Comic Cons. And see, this is what I'm talking about. I just use this for kind of like the line. I could, if I was doing this as a longer term piece, like a, you know, I would probably do like a purple instead of this brown for the edges of the skin, because it would pop more, but on a card it pops just as well. I'm not going to use a ton of black on this guy. Right? I might not even use black at all. I'm considering just kind of like going for a painty thing. We'll see how it looks at the end. I might just end up just doing minimal black. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this, by the way. So yeah, we're getting some minimal stuff here. There's the glasses. I kind of wish I could have done like just like kind of like a band-aid around, you know, like the little slap shot thing. You know, that might be a reference you guys don't get, but like kind of like nerd glasses with tape in the middle, you know. All right. Okay, and now we're gonna do this blue here. I know we're almost at 4, but we're probably gonna run till about 4:10, 4:15-ish on this, which I don't think you guys will mind. All right, so you're like, Victor, why are you drawing the cape yellow? So there's a concept in painting called underpainting, where you like leave stuff on the bottom that'll poke up on the top. Usually it's gray, but since I'm gonna go in with red, I want any holes that poke through to be yellow, like shading. Just PM me on Facebook. Those things are my messages. Oh yeah, no worries. I'll answer once I'm done. I assumed whoever was messaging me was about this, because that tends to be how it goes. But now you guys see how it goes. Now I've got, you know, the yellow, so it looks like I don't have to like leave white and then fill in the yellow afterwards. Though to be fair, I was gonna make this like yellow also, but I left it kind of blank. So I'll just go back in now and fill it in. But see how much better that looks right there? Just me doing the yellow first. Like I couldn't do that after the fact. You have to do it before, you know? I'm using this yellow because it's kind of gold. It makes it look a little bit more like Doctor Strange's cape, and I'm using the blood red. But I also have this. This is fake Copic, which is like the same thing, but like you'll see right now, it's darker. It's kind of a gold. So when I go over it with this, it kind of gives it a little bit more of a lived in, like dingy gold vibe to it, which is kind of like what I want. And then I go over this red with it, and it kind of darkens the red, which is what I want. You notice by using that that lighter brown that it kind of just settled, and you can see the lines I did in pencil underneath. That's kind of what I want, because I'm gonna go in with like a dark brown to color those in a minute, I think. All right. So here's the dark brown I'm gonna use. This is a Tombow again. So Tombos have double edges. They have this, which is like a little nib, and this, which is a brush. So we're gonna use the little nib because I want to get those little lines. See? Does make some of this stuff look a little light by comparison, so then I gotta like go in, but it'll dry in a second and kind of equalize. So some of the stuff I might have done, you know, with black, I'm just gonna do with this. So you guys tell me, do you like it better with the brown, or do you like the black? I kind of like the brown. Kind of keeps it all flesh tony. Flesh tony as opposed to like kill tony. It looks a little bit more like a Garbage Pail Kid card, you know, too. Throw in some specks here too. I think that's what they call them in England too. Zits, they call them specks or some spots. That's it, spots. And now I'm kind of like, no, let's do the glasses with black. Contrast is important. Yeah, that looks good. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't have outlined them at all, but you know, that's hindsight. It still looks good. I'm gonna go kind of minimal with this outline because the glasses are kind of funky on the actual card too. There we go. That's good. All right. At 4 o'clock now. Like I said, 10 more minutes here. I think we might be able to do it in that. Thanks, guys, for hanging out, by the way. I am enjoying the company. So we're doing the red lightning bolt here. I'm not going to put the GPK on there because, like I said, I am trying to do this, you know, in my association with Tops and, you know, make sure that they have fun with this too. All right, so that noise you're hearing is me pulling out some colors. So I'm gonna try to see, whoop, excuse me guys. It's looking, is this gonna have a blue background? Actually I think it's gonna have like a green background. Excuse me guys, I'm not meaning to hit stuff. All right, so this is the blue I'm gonna do. Right, it's looking really good. Oh, thank you. Going for a dark blue here, I'm gonna do like a green background. And I'm gonna do some silver specks on this blue background for the suit here. Might pick up a gold pen so I can do some more fun specks in different colors. And by the way, guys, if the drawing goes off the screen, please make sure to tell me because sometimes I don't notice these things and I want to make sure you guys get to see it. Because that time I feel like it was way off and I didn't mean to do that. All right. Tomorrow I will put this at a higher angle. Now let's do the background. Yeah, I think this will work. Again, you're seeing why I like these chart packs. I'm just like laying it down. I don't have to like kill myself to do this background. Nightmare is when you're at a convention and one of these is running out of ink and you just gotta like push down on it super hard to get that swath of color. It's not fun. And here we go, here we go, here we go. And I'm just going to push this blend here a little bit. All right. Do you feel more pressure when people are watching you draw? I used to. I don't really anymore because I've done this for so long. Like, yeah, I don't really anymore. I used to. I don't anymore. Because it's like, people watch me draw live at conventions all the fucking time. So I'm kind of used to entertaining people while I draw. That's why I was like kind of begging you guys to like talk to me while I was drawing. Like, hey, come on, say something. Spin frame very well. I think camera's a good distance. Yeah, I know, and that's weird. I'm so out of practice on this. I was like, oh man, I don't remember how this was supposed to work. But I think it worked out well. Tomorrow I'm gonna put a little bit of a wider white background here. And like you guys might have noticed that I have it on this. It's because sometimes I like to see what the color looks like, because I don't do color roughs. I know some people do. Like if you're gonna paint it, you should always do a color rough so you're not wasting your time having too many colors. You know what you're gonna use. But me, I'm a little bit disorganized, so I kind of just use that and like, oh, let me see what this color would look like, or this one, you know, so. And now I'm putting in some more dots just because I like texture. And I'm gonna say this came out pretty sick. Way better than I thought it would, honestly. This is fantastic. That came out so good. Oh, thank you. All right, so that is the 2 cards for today. This is Nat Nerd. And this is Jason. These were the first 2 requests for GROSSTOBER. And I'm going to go through the slots that people have already signed up for and schedule 2 more for tomorrow. And I think, what's tomorrow? Thursday? So I might do 2 more on Friday or 1 more on Friday. We'll see how it goes, because I want to have stuff for next week too. Dude, amazing. That's fantastic. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, so these are the 2 for today. We did like 70 minutes around. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you were thoroughly entertained, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to do Inktober, but make it gross, like Garbage Pail Kid. I feel like I could have called it Garbage Tober or whatever. I don't want to fall into that copyright thing, so this is what's going on. And we just got a comment. Love my sketch, was awesome watch. Also subscribe. Thank you. Oh, awesome, guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I will be back tomorrow, probably around 3 p.m. Subscribe to the channel. You will see a notification of a future live, which I'm going to set up probably as soon as this is over. Tell your friends. And if you want to get a card, if you already got a card and you're like, I want to get more than one, this is a good deal, hit me up. And if you want to like go for the gusto, I also have official sketch cards. So many official sketch cards. They are much more expensive, so I understand if you don't want to do that right now. So 50 bucks, not 50 ducks, 50 bucks gets you this level of stuff. I think that's pretty much a good deal. Take it while it lasts. This is a limited time offer. Supplies are limited. This was not brought to you by Pepsi. I just enjoy it. I'm more of a Coke guy, honestly, but they just didn't have many cans of Coke. So subscribe, guys. I will see you all tomorrow, 3 p.m. Same gross time, same gross channel. Find us here at Cult Classics. That's it. YouTube.com/@CultClassics. Subscribe to the channel that way, because the stream address will be different every day, because they're just different videos. So if you're subscribed, you'll just get a notification if you hit that bell icon when a new live is happening. Yeah? Thank you. This was fun. Well, I appreciate it. And like I said, guys, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. And you know, you can tune into this all month and not get anything, just get live art. And that's, I think, a cool thing too. So, all right. I'm going to end the stream. You guys have a nice night. I don't know what time zone it is where you are. It is 4 p.m. here in Arizona, where I am currently at. And that's the time it'll be tomorrow, 3 p.m. Mountain Time. All right? We'll see you guys. I had fun. And I don't really have a send-off. If you guys are wondering what a Culto is, that is the name of the company that I own that runs Cult Classics and Monster Market and these other events I do. So that's the name of my business, a Culto, which is Spanish for cult. There you go. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I will talk to you later. See ya.